Happy New Year, every one of you, and welcome to 2022, even though I'm slightly late to the party. With 2021 in the books now, we can have a full recap on what happened in 2021. But this is an anime channel, so just like probably every other anime channel as well, I will have a look at my top 10 anime that aired in 2021. While my video last year was more or less a highlight reel of all my favorites, this year I will actually look at anime from 2021. Disclaimer though, I have not watched every single anime that aired in 2021, obviously. But I did skip some shows a lot of people claim to be the best of 2021. Mushoku Tensei Re:Zero second season, Komi-san 86, and Fumetsu no Anata are some of the shows that I haven't even started yet. But without further ado, let's jump straight into my top 10. Horimiya is one of the first shows, if not the first show, where I've read the source material, in this case the manga, before watching the anime. And it was a pretty interesting and nice experience to me. Seeing all the characters that I knew and loved already made me feel something special, and it was a great experience watching Horimiya this year. I know it was pretty early in the year, started airing on the 10th of January, but Horimiya really aired 2021, and I really loved the show. It was cute, and having shows with actual romance is something you don't experience in anime every single day, so I really appreciated it. And the color palette and the animation style, everything in this anime was just cute and lovable, and overall one of the greater romance anime out there. The concept may not be the most unique, but I still had one hell of a time watching the relationship between Hori and Miyamura and Hori's family start and develop to a point of proposal. It made me so happy watching Horimiya, and thus it deserves to be in my top 10 of anime aired in 2021. In 2021 I was pretty busy with working because I started working full-time job and had a lot of other stuff in my life happening around it. So Uramichi Onisan was like the perfect change of pace for me, or like something really relatable outside of work. Because if you haven't watched Uramichi Onisan, Uramichi is working because he is an adult. That's what adults do. And sometimes adults hate their job and they don't want to do it anymore. I believe every adult that is working experienced exactly that feeling in their life. So seeing that in an anime, and in a comedy anime that is, was really refreshing and really uplifting. Seeing other people suffer the way you do kind of has that nice feeling to it. Uramichi Onisan was able to keep me laughing throughout all of its 13 episodes. And whenever I need a laughter, I go watch Ikiteru Onisan laughing compilations on YouTube, or just other scenes of the anime, because it sure promises to make me laugh, and you probably as well. So go and watch Uramichi Onisan. We're getting into hype territory now, because Tokyo Revengers was one of the most hyped shows of anime 2021, and I really love Tokyo Revengers as well. But we had a lot of lovable characters and pretty interesting plot, and the premise of time traveling is something I really like. It's something that I really love, and Tokyo Revengers is not the only time travel anime that will appear in this top 10 of mine. Yeah, I think it is really stupid to have middle schoolers creating gangs and having those kinds of fights, which is rather unrealistic, but nevertheless, this show was great. It has good tension and suspense. It has this slight touch of mystery where you don't know what will happen and how Takemichi will solve a certain problem. Yes, maybe sometimes I really hated Takemichi, because on one hand he can be like a sweet guy and absolutely cool, but then again he is at points a fucking coward. Yeah, I still love this dynamic in him, just this duality, and a lot of cool characters and character designs like Kazutora. Look at his hair, so gorgeous. You have a strong female character in Hinata, and Ama is pretty cool as well. So yeah, Tokyo Revengers was a really good experience to me and was able to entertain me throughout all 24 episodes and left me with this fucking cliffhanger. So I'm sitting in between either waiting for the second season or picking up the manga. I still haven't decided yet, but I need to continue Tokyo Revengers. Did you see this one coming? High-rise invasion Tenkushin-pan. I don't know how you want to call it, but it was an Netflix ONA only anime that not many people really talk about, and objectively it isn't that good, but I still loved High-Rise Invasion a lot. The main reason why I started this anime was actually its opening, because it is a fucking banger, and I'm a sucker for good openings. Though I started this show for its opening, I stayed for realistically built characters, in my opinion at least. A very interesting premise and world, and good character dynamics. And for Umehara Yuichiro, the voice actor of Sniper Mask, I mean, his voice is just god damn. Also, it made me realize that I'm really into horror, gory, suspenseful shows, and I just had a great fucking time overall with High-Rise Invasion, and I really think it is underrated. And though it is a Netflix production that is rather rushed, with like 120 or 150 chapters within 12 episodes of anime, I really had a good time, and I highly recommend watching this show if you like thick girls, a little bit horror, a little bit gore, and a lot of suspense. Project number 9 produced this anime, but somehow this anime is number 6 on my list. Ha, the jokester. No, I know I have a rather interesting and unconventional taste in anime. Nobody of y'all would probably rank Higehiro so far up on the best anime of 20 and 21. But I like this fluffy atmosphere, this light drama, these characters. Like, Sayu is so great and well written. Yoshida is just a absolute sweetheart of a person, and I just loved the anime so much. Another thing that might have influenced my opinion on this anime more for the positive is that I've watched Higehiro after a rather long break of watching anime, which is like 2 or 3 months that I wasn't able to watch any anime at all. So it was my comeback anime in this year, and it was something I knew I would love because I like those types of romance anime that are not really comedy and not all too dramatic, but just pretty well written stories in my opinion. And I love the art and the animation. It looks so good and made me feel something special, and that is why I highly appreciate the animation adaptation of Higehiro. And also the dynamic between Sayu and Yoshida. Just watching those two interact was something special, and I really loved it. So go watch Higehiro if you haven't seen it already. I don't really know what I can say about the quintessential quintuplets second season, and I just realized 5 girls on number 5 on my list. That is absolutely coincidental and not planned. Wow. Though the show aired already in January, I was only watching it in like October, and I don't know why the fuck I was waiting for so long, because I really loved the first season, but for some reason I was hesitating picking up the second season, and I had no fucking reason even after watching the second season, because it was so good. It had me tearing up in my eyes a little bit at times, it had me smile, it had me laugh, and it was just a great experience in my opinion. And I think I'm saying that about every single anime on this list, but just seeing those 5 sisters fight and later be friendly again with each other and just appreciate being quintuplets is something I really loved, and I finally got to see Futaro taking a little step forward and starting his own development. And this time it wasn't only about studying, basically like in the first season where the main point was studying. In this season the main point was the relationships between the characters, and I really appreciated it and I loved it, and I really had to pick up the manga afterwards, which I did. And let me tell you, I love how the manga ended. That is just my opinion on it, and I'm very much looking forward to the movie, and I hope they don't overrush it. If I didn't trigger you with the addition of Higehiro and High-Rise Invasion onto this top 10 list, you are triggered by now, I bet, when you see Boku Tachi no Remake number 4. I think the main reason why we all love and appreciate time travel anime is because we all wished to travel back in time at some point in our life to change something. I think the main reason why we all love and appreciate time travel anime is because I bet every single one of you, me included, did want to travel back in time at some point. Not because they maybe regret something, which might be a reason at sometimes, but because you just want to change minor things or even big things, like decisions you made that change your life. And this is what happens in Boku Tachi no Remake. And you know, the main character decided to go with an indie game development company and thinks about what could have been if he attended art school. And given the opportunity to travel back in time and choose going to art school, he fucking does it. And you know, this touched me because right now I'm in like this position. I don't know exactly what I want to do in my life. Maybe this is why I feel so special about Boku Tachi no Remake, because it shows something that I want to have in my life as well. I may not need the time traveling aspect because I'm not that old that I have to travel back to change like my dream job or something like that. But just seeing people in art school making films, writing stories, drawing, singing and all that stuff, that is just something that really attracted me and made Boku Tachi no Remake one of my favorite anime of 2021. And though it is not that highly rated, not everybody talks about it, I really appreciate it, and I can recommend it to every single one out there that is interested in film, art, singing, all that stuff behind productions. Goddamn, when I watched the first season of Fruits Basket, I was like, yeah, this is solid, I know, get the hype. Then I watched the second season and I was like, I really do like this show. And watching Fruits Basket, the final, I was like, what the fuck is going on and why is it so good and when did it get so good? Like, there is a fucking reason why Fruits Basket, the final, was on top of Mao for a little bit. Fuck the toxic community, but whatever. Yeah, Fruits Basket is just that good. For some, like me, it might start off slow with the first season just introducing all the characters, but then in the second season it starts building up the relationships and starts teasing the plot, and then in Fruits Basket the final, it just takes its hand and slaps you in the face with plot, drama and twists and turns and all that kind of stuff. And I fucking love it. Fruits Basket turned from a sweet rom-com to the best romance out there ever. And I'm not exaggerating. Just give it a try if you haven't watched it, because it has a big cast of variety of characters. It has good characters, well-written characters, a deep story, deep connections, drama, twists, turns, everything you want in an anime, and most of all, romance. And if you are a romance fan and you have not watched Fruits Basket, then shame on you. Well, no, not shame on you, you can do whatever you want. Go watch Fruits Basket, because Fruits Basket the final is peak anime. I don't care if you have a hard time watching the first or the second season, you will absolutely love the the 3rd season, no matter what your taste in anime is, and especially if you are a romance fan, you will love it. I know I'm repeating myself, but you will love Fruits Basket. People chasing their dreams is always something that gets to me and really inspires me. So Blue Period was a must-watch for me. It is about this young fella that chases his dream of basically becoming an artist, like the kind of artist or people that make paintings and all that stuff. And the way he got into the art is really interesting, and the relationships between the characters are so lovable, and I loved every single bit of the show. I hear a lot of people saying that the adaptation is mid, but as someone who has not read the manga so far, I just had a great time with watching Blue Period. Yatora is such a sweetheart and such a great character. Like, he's one of my favorite male anime manga characters, whatever, ever. And I really love the show. I love the art. I love the passion it shows. I love the dynamics between the characters, and this is such a good anime, and it has a really realistic portrayal of characteristics and passionate people, and just seeing Yatora finding finally something that he wants to do in his life and dedicating his entire time and pain and everything towards it just made me feel so happy. And it is something special to see people that work so hard to achieving their dreams, and I cannot tell you how much I love Blue Period. Have I mentioned that I fucking love Blue Period and love watching people passionately chase their dreams? I love Blue Period, go watch it. Okay. Don't panic, this is an honorable mention, because I only watch shows when they are completed, and when Jujutsu Kaisen started airing it was not completed, but finished airing in March of 2021. And I didn't include it in last year's video, and because it is basically an anime from last year, I don't want to include it in this year's video. But if I were to include it like fully into this list, Jujutsu Kaisen would be number 2 behind my actual number 1, because Jujutsu Kaisen is peak shonen for me. It is brutal, it has a great world, it has lovable characters. I fucking love Itadori. I love the animation and the effort Mappa put into this anime, and there is a reason why Jujutsu Kaisen won last year's Crunchyroll Awards. Award. I know I talked shit about Jujutsu Kaisen when it came to the anime awards, not because I felt it was overhyped, but because I didn't want to commit onto an anime that is not fully finished airing. I agree that it deserves winning the Crunchyroll Award, but I still wouldn't have voted for it, because yeah, that is just the way I think about it. Whatever, Jujutsu Kaisen is super great, and I can't wait to watch Jujutsu Kaisen 0. I've read further ahead in the manga. I can't wait for the 2nd and 3rd season and everything of Jujutsu Kaisen that is yet to come, because this anime is absolutely great. Oh, another honorable mention. Yeah, Arcane technically isn't an anime, but it is an animated series, and you know, I'm a filthy League player. I've been in this hell for over 8 years now, and I wasn't able to escape it. And seeing the game I've played for so long, and the lore that really interested me for so long, seeing all this animated in this very special and unique style of animation was super great. And what I did not expect was this fucking well written and incredible and awesome story and awesome portray of characters that I already knew. Of course, as a League player, I knew some things about characters and how they will turn out, and maybe the unique weapons they have or something, or fighting style, whatever. But Arcane managed to still surprise even the League players. It managed to surprise probably everyone around the globe because it was superior, incredible, unique animation and storytelling, and it was so good, and just how it portrayed all its characters and its world, and did a good job building the world and characters. It's just incredible. And even if you don't consider it anime, and that is the reason why you don't watch it, go watch it. You don't have to play League or have played League or know of League or know its lore or whatever. It is a series for everyone. For gamers, for not gamers, for animation fans, for not animation fans. Arcane has risen the level for future animations. And I'm so looking forward to the second season of Arcane, you won't believe it. Also, I am probably the biggest Caitlyn simp out there because I fucking love Caitlyn, and just for Caitlyn alone, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. Without the Caitlyn, the story is still 10 out of 10. Go watch Arcane. Number 2 is anime. Number 1 of the honorable mention is an animation from America, or France technically. And number 1 is animation from China. And this just shows you how much the anime community grows around the world. Because Link Click, Shiguang Daiden, I don't know if I pronounce it correct in Chinese, but I don't fucking care, because Link Click was the best I've seen in 2021 and one of the best shows I've ever seen. It is pretty close and in the top 3 for me personally. It just is, just as Arcane has this unique style. While in Japanese animations you can feel sometimes that 50% of the budget just went into animating the eyes, you just have a circle with color in Link Click. But therefore they have put in a lot of work and effort into the animation itself, and Link Click does a phenomenal story of taking the already well-known time travel premise and turning it into something different, something special, and still with this episodical touch it has, it manages to deliver a story that feels continuously good, where every single episode feels like it is connected to the other ones. It has this incredible main dude, it has incredible side characters, it is fucking emotional and had me crying like a bitch, it had me laughing like a bitch, crying from laughing and all that stuff, and sitting on the edge of my seat not knowing what will happen next, because this show is unpredictable, and just the end of the first episode is like, god damn, I am in for a ride. And Link Click, Shiguang Daiden deserves every attention it could get, and a lot of people have to watch it. Yeah, I know it might be kind of hard to get into the Chinese dub at first, but for those who don't want to watch Chinese dub, Japanese dub is on its way, and at latest you have to watch Link Click when the Japanese dub releases, because it is the pinnacle of storytelling in anime. It is the pinnacle of character building in anime. It is very high when it comes to animation and portraying anime characters. It is super high in drama anime. It is super good when it comes to comedy and still being very serious. It is Link Click, and it deserves every attention it could get, and is my favorite anime of the year and my absolute surprise this year. I cannot recommend it enough because it is a show for basically everyone out there. By the way, the opening slaps, the ending slaps, and you can just see the level of effort put into animation in the opening itself. So yeah, Link Click is just superior animation. Go watch it. And this concludes my top 10 anime of the year 2021. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know your favorite anime that I had in 2021 down in the comments below. You know, this video was a hybrid between scripted and freestyle talking, because I feel like when I freestyle the entire thing, I sometimes struggle to find words, like just now where I have those small breaks and that just ruin the flow. But when I'm just reading down my script, I feel like sometimes, what did I write in that script? Why? And it doesn't feel too personal, so I'm going with the hybrid that is just in the middle of like 50% script, 50% freestyle. And I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I can welcome you in my next video as well. And my next video will probably be my top 1000 anime openings and endings, which I scheduled for the 1st of January, but I'm not even done with listening to all songs and putting them into tiers. Not talking about ranking and all that stuff. It will take a long time to get through all this, and you may be expecting the video to come out in like March, I hope, or late February. Until then, thank you for watching. Let me know your favorites down in the comments, and as always, enjoy watching your anime or reading your mangas, and have a great and beautiful start into the year of 2022.